just make a brief
higher
point.
living standards than us. I think their rate of violent crime is far greater than India's. So it's not just a question of poverty. Of course, poverty is a contributing factor, but the fact of the matter is that a crime is a crime and people have to do the time. And if there are mechanisms like the Juvenile Justice Board inserted into this act that exist, then I'm quite in favor of the act going forward as saying that a 16-year-old who is judged to be conscious of adult responsibilities and the consequence of his crime should be tried as an adult. That's the crux of this debate today. And I think I would like to be clear that while I completely endorse what you're saying as far as the necessity of reform and prevention is important, the fact of the matter is if a crime is done, the time must be served. But it should be served in a way that is just. Even punishment has to be just. Juveniles should not be put in adult jails. They should be put in juvenile homes with the emphasis on reform. So I accept that point of yours. But I also believe that today's young people and today's 16-year-olds are no less cognizant than the 20-year-olds of the last 100 years.
Okay, Nishit sir was having expressions coming.
It all boils down to rule of law. If it is implemented, even the adults will be too scared to commit those crimes, yeah? But it's not. We're not supported by rule of law. So then what's going to stop the young 16-year-old from being scared? Why would he be when we don't take our judicial system seriously, when cases can go on for 10, 20 years, when corruption is an all-time high? What's going to stop them? Just a little change in the law, but the law can be abused all the time.
But the right law is to be on the books, and we have to fight for the rule of law, irrespective of its transgressions, irrespective of all the failures of our judicial system in terms of delivering timely justice. But every step that creates a more just law should be encouraged and supported. That's my firm belief.
Why do we have laws? It is to protect society. It is to, at the end of the day, protect society from criminals. And so if we have a 16-year-old who's out in the world because he was not trying...
All of you want him standing up? Oh, yeah, they always love it full length.
One way to see most of these crimes are committed by juveniles who come from the lower strata of the society. What about crimes committed by those who come from the upper strata? I'm talking about ragging, which has failed to find a mark in the amended Juvenile Justice Act. So what do you have to say? It's a very serious crime. It often often results in the death of the victim. So,
what about ragging and in colleges? Would that come under the purview?
No, it's not been included in the juvenile justice. The amended, no, it's been Maneka Gandhi tried including it, but it failed to find a mark in the amended Juvenile Justice Act.
Well, as you notice, I'm not really for it as such. It's very messy, and that's one of my points that I would say too. Is like, yeah, how come that's not underneath it then, if that's the case?
See, there's a very strong anti-ragging law already. And
Abhay, we have one in the background there.
Hey.
Sir, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है. सर, अरुण जेटली का एक बयान आया है कि 3 दिन पहले एक बयान आया था कि निर्भया केस में जो उनको लाइमलाइट दिया गया है उसे कंट्री को लाखों करोड़ों रुपए का नुकसान हो गया है. उस पे आप क्या बयान देंगे सर?
Let's keep the discussion to today's panel, please. We'll keep it to there. Let's not politicize the issues.
Subject के ऊपर आप क्वेश्चन करो ना.
सब्जेक्ट से जुड़ा ही है ना सर, क्योंकि वो भी रेप केस
वो तो किसी ने कुछ कहा, उसके बारे में आपके क्या उपाय है? यहाँ पे हम जस्टिस एक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, उसका इस पर क्या?
Yeah, so let's keep the questions to today's topic, please. Next, anybody else would like to raise their hand, please? We'll pass the mic on to you. If you're done, then I'll let my photograph.
गुस्सा अपना प्रकट कर रहा था, तो क्या ये जरूरी नहीं है कि मास के लिए भी कुछ सोचे कि सिर्फ जुनियल जो लोग हैं 16 साल के, क्या वो हार्मोनल चेंजेस, सोसाइटी की कमियां वगैरह 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 काफी सारे गिना रहे थे, मगर मास का गुस्सा शांत करने के लिए कोई एक्ट नहीं बना सकते इस तरह से कि भाई ये मास के लिए हम लोग हैं, सोसाइटी के लिए हम लोग, जैसे मैडम बोल रहे थे?
मैं तो मास की ही बात कर रहा हूँ. मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ? मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये हादसा अभी हुआ है, कल कोई और करेगा, कोई और उसकी जगह ले लेगा. तो प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ एक जन की नहीं है, सिर्फ यही नहीं है कि अच्छा एक ही ये बंदा है, इतना बुरा है, अभी इसको पनिश करो. मैं भी चाहता हूं कि उसको पनिशमेंट मिले और एक सिवियर पनिशमेंट मिले, लाइट नहीं. एंड फॉर दैट आई एम फॉर इट. लाइक अच्छा ठीक है, यू हैव टू टेक इट केस बाय केस. अगर कुछ ज्यादा ही हीनस क्राइम है, प्लीज उसका पनिशमेंट भी उतनी ही होनी चाहिए. बट यू कांट ट्रीट हिम एज एन एडल्ट. और कहाँ पे अपना सिस्टम कहाँ पे फेल हुआ इस लड़के को लेकर? जैसे हमने कहा कि अभी आज ये है, कल कोई और होगा. अगर आप सड़क पे आपका पूरा काम सड़क पे है, you're poor, you are being raped also as a 12-year-old, right to education कहाँ गया हमारा? Where is that? So I'm saying अगर हम वो सब aspects को ना देखें तो हम mass पर ही effect आएगा ना. After all, we are the society. We make individuals within our society. So keeping that in mind, I'm saying what I'm saying. And not to take that away, no. There's a lot of work to be done. Let's not forget that by just changing a law and then only depending on the law. Because just the law itself is not going to take these criminals away. You have to get into the society, you have to get into the psyche of the people, and you have to address some very major issues. It's going to take a lot of work. Just changing a law is not going to make any changes. Like I said, adults को severe punish मिलती है ना, क्या वो रुके इसको करने में? नहीं. तो आपको क्या लगता है 16 साल वाला कैसे रुकेगा? I mean, right, sir?
Absolutely.
Next. Please wait for the mic so everybody could get it, and we'll also have our panelists get to listen to the question.
You know, as per the amended Juvenile Justice Act, if a juvenile is tried in a regular court, the maximum punishment that he can be given is probably 10 years of imprisonment. Life imprisonment and capital punishment cannot be given, no matter how serious the crimes that he committed could be. So, what is your take on Kabir and...
You have to give them punishment and you have to do reformation. See, just giving them punishment, treating them badly is not going to make them a better person. What is your objective at the end of the day? Is to reform the person, so they go back into society reformed. And that's the whole idea of punishment. So you have to give them something that will not just punish them, but also make them better people. Putting them in a jail and with other hardened criminals isn't going to make them any better.
So you mean to say even the juvenile who raped Nirbhaya shouldn't be given a capital punishment? Is that what you're trying to say?
I am not for the death penalty, no matter what, in any case. I am not for it. And that's a personal view. I don't take it away from others who are for it. But I'm saying that in that particular case, yes, do treat him differently from other individuals, from other youngsters. He should be treated differently. I'm all for that.
So just because age is on his side, he will escape capital punishment, whereas the others won't.
I am not for capital punishment anyways. Even for the adults, I wouldn't give them capital punishment.
And it's very rarely given. I mean,
Kabir, your take?
Yeah.
You know, my take, there's a saying that justice is blind. And why I support this particular act is that justice is not blind in this case. There is the Justice Juvenile Board that is an intermediary that has been placed there to decide whether the 16-year-old who commits a crime is able to understand the consequences of his actions, etc., and should stand trial for that and be punished accordingly, like an adult. Now, I completely agree with the other panelists here that it's not just a question of laws. There has to be prevention by social messages spread across the country. You hear all kinds of drug announcements on planes, you hear all kinds of things. Messages are spread. A certain social conscience is spread. But I also believe that 16-year-olds today coming to know that a law exists whereby they can be tried as adults will be a massive deterrent to them. I also think that the punishment they're given should be proportionate to the fact that they are younger, which is why the Juvenile Justice Act does not allow death penalty for 16-year-olds, does not allow sentences more than 10 years. All that's been thought about. And then, of course, most importantly, that it's not just enough to punish, but to reform so that they can begin to lead new and meaningful lives once they come out of prison, which is far more possible and doable in the case of younger criminals than it is with older criminals.
Okay, the last question of the day, and we have a lady there. Okay, a few more hands coming up.
Yeah. Since I'm sitting here trying to understand the pros of this decision or cons of this decision, I'm struggling to understand, we are talking about Juvenile Justice Board, which would be in a position to decide case by case whether this child, should be treated as an adult or not. But as Abhay sir said, that we have a tremendous need to sensitize our police or other part of systems. My worry is how capable or how neutral that panel would be, who would be deciding. Because if I'm coming from the same society, same locality, I am not in a position to decide whether, this child actually was innocent when he committed that or he actually did it. So is there any guideline or any rule which puts down these things in the act or besides the act, which would, decide, yeah, these people are credible enough or capable enough to decide if the child is, whatever, the decision taken forward?
I'm sure those that are making the appointments to the Juvenile Justice Board will appoint the best people they can find. That is their job, that is their duty. But if the Juvenile Justice Board errs, then apart from judicial recourse, we have the fourth pillar of government in this country, which is the media. And the media will go after them like bloodhounds if they make judgments that are faulty, and they'll be held accountable in the court of public opinion as well as courts of law.
I hope so.
But of course, the answer to the question is that currently
the system itself is not sensitized enough to the importance of reform as a process, and more importantly, in a country that's struggling to find funds for various things, reform is given the least amount of funds, and therefore even stations that would like that don't have it. However, there's two beacons of hope here. One is officers like Kiran Bedi, what she did in Tihar jail is a model for what can be done if the will is there. Secondly, now that the government has empowered corporations to have 2% of their profits devoted to corporate social responsibility, perhaps reform of these inmates and jails could be one of the areas in which corporate responsibility can be applied.
And the last question.
Decided to install 4,500 CCTV cameras across the city. And how are you going to bear the cost? The cost is each shopkeeper will pay 500 rupees towards this, and the whole program will be funded. So that's an example of private-public cooperation, where an innovative Inspector General of Police, Rohan Ban, started a measure, got public support, set up things. So now that comes under deterrence, because people realize, my God, there's CCTV cameras. CCTV camera, there's a deterrent element that comes in. And that's what I'm saying as far as the Juvenile Justice Act is concerned as well, which is that knowledge of this will be a deterrent to those who might have. Of course, you cannot completely prevent crimes, but God knows how many crimes you have prevented by people realizing, especially 16-year-olds realizing that, my God, we could go to jail for a long time for what we do if we don't watch out. So deterrence is a very important aspect, as is, as we said, reform.
Especially those two movies, look forward to it. And love you from Sochanatha. So it's great to have you here. And we request you to please step forward so that we'll have a photo op together. Channel V India would like to thank every news member, every crew member who's here with us. Thank you for being here with us.
Okay.
And now I'm going to do what a Punjabi is not supposed to do, which is called Fateh Mitan.